I usually
don't mess with safeties. Now, Junior, I got to worry about him most days, but try to stay away from him when I can.
It seems like they're not, the corners aren't afraid to get into a little bit with the receivers and chirp a little bit. What are you seeing kind of the competitiveness between those two groups?
Well, it's competitive about every group, and we get after it pretty good in here. And there's a lot of loud guys, so it's good. Iron sharpens iron, so we talk about that a lot. And, we compete at a pretty high pace, and we all talk a little bit. Hopefully we're getting a little bit better while we're doing it.
Each called it kind of a three-horse race between Tulu, Ra-Ra, and Justin Robinson. How do you see that position kind of playing out?
It's a three-horse race. They'll all battle it out. Two guys will play though, and we remind them of that, and all three of them are doing pretty well. So, first scrimmage, I think Justin Robinson did some good things. It was encouraging to see some of that. But Ra-Ra does some good things, and Tulu's got a lot of strength and a lot of experience. So, we'll keep scrimmaging and keep playing, and get to day one and see where we're at.
Coach, you got Justin so far?
Well, Justin's an extremely talented young man. He's a very gifted player. He's just got to be consistent and continue to execute at the highest level he can, and he'll be all right.
Coach, you got Jordan Murphy got here in January, and it looks like a different player now. Is that just a matter of learning?
Yeah, he and Justin Robinson both of them in the spring. Now, Justin just looks better in person, so he'll naturally appreciate that a little bit more. But both of them are a little bit more comfortable in what we're doing, playing faster. And you got to remember Mosley. I mean, he's just a true freshman, so he's still young and just playing young football. So, but both those guys have done some good things this preseason and are a lot more comfortable with what we're doing than they were in the spring.
Obviously, you love that competition more than anything. So how exciting is it for you to see Ra-Ra and Tulu and Ducking and all those guys?
Yeah, it means you've got some good players, which you like. And if you don't have much competition, you're in trouble. You're just coaching the heck out of some guys that you hope can play well. So we have some guys that are good players. It's not an elite group. I think Ducking's really had a good spring, a really good preseason, and then a bunch of guys that are battling it out. But it holds each one of them accountable to really playing at a high level. So it's been good.
Speaking of that competition, you're getting the point now to narrow down the snaps. How tough is it separating, say, that last 6, 7, 8, 9 guys to decide who gets the most, especially come game week?
It's hard. But what's neat about our offense too is we play usually about 8 receivers in every game.
Right.
And if one guy doesn't play very well, he won't play at all the next week. But 2 guys will always be ready to play. If one guy plays a little better, he'll play a little bit more. Like Mekhi Polk ended up playing a lot more last year. And then, we'd love some balance where 2 guys can really split a position. But again, when you got 3 guys, we'll go into each week, only 2 of you guys will play. And we'll see how you do. And if one guy doesn't do very well, then the next guy will get a shot next week. So everyone's always encouraged by that. But also, we're holding them accountable to grading out better than the guy next to them.
Between Mekhi and Charles and Martin, it all seemed like they had pretty, decent week 1 preseason performances. What's it like kind of seeing them make immediate impacts in the NFL right now?
Yeah, it's awesome. Everybody knows that. Everybody sees it. Everybody watches it. Everybody that knows who they were and how they played recognizes their strengths and what they're doing at the next level. So, as much as we advertise that state to Sunday, it's good to recognize it and represent it every day. And those 3 guys have really done a tremendous job through week 1.
All right, Martin was obviously on the opposite side of where you coach. What did you see from him, that maybe we didn't see as much on game day just because teams didn't throw it to him too much? What did you see from him that kind of had that immediate, ability to make an impact?
Yeah, now he and Mekhi went after it every day one-on-one, so it was always fun watching him. But Martin has all the intangibles. He's a big, tall, long, runs well, strong, great special teams player, great demeanor, great personality. He's got a lot of characteristics you look for. But literally, height, size, strength, weight, that's a really big NFL. They talk about Mekhi not getting drafted and him going in the first round, and those were a big part of it. Height, weight, speed, bench press, special teams ability. And he had a lot of those things. So it was fun watching him play, and he will. He'll be a successful NFL player.
As your guys go against the defensive backs, do you notice a difference on that side of the football this year? Depth or talent?
It's feisty every day, though. I miss Mekhi. Mekhi was a pretty good player. Not many people got to touch him very much, so I miss his absolute skill set. But it's a battle, and it's tough, and it's competitive. And, Coach McBath, he and I make a lot of noise, too. And so it's a physical day every day out here, and I'm accusing them of holding, and they're accusing us of pushing off. So we'll see where we are come scrimmage time.
There's a lot of both to it.
What is it about Ducking that makes you think he's ready for this game?
He's played well. He's performed well. He's practiced well. Yeah, he's practiced well. So he's earned the right to play well. And last year he was just stuck behind a player that was a really good player. And he knows that too. He knows his time's coming and he's going to get an opportunity to play, and he's really, really worked hard. And time will tell. But he's performed well and played well, and I look forward to watching him play this season.
How much of an asset can it be when you have 2 guys, him and Justin Robinson, with that kind of frame?
Oh, who knows? I mean, frames are good if you know how to use them, but if you don't, I'll take 6 little quick guys if they can catch everything and make everybody miss. So, size is nice, but if you're big, you got to play big. I've had receivers of all different skill sets that are really, really good players. So, you got to find a strength and really play to it.